Alright, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, and my name is Excellence Simplified. Today we are going to be considering very important lesson in JAMB. I'm going to be taking biology questions that you cannot escape in JAMB. This is part 2. I already dropped part 1 on my channel, so watch that if you've not watched that. Alright, so I'm going to be taking questions that is always repeating. That is, if you don't know them, don't enter the hall, because I don't know what you are going to do in the hall without knowing these questions. Can we go? We're going to start now. But before we go on, if you've not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and click on the bell notification so that you don't miss any of my videos. My channel is stocked with so many videos for you. Alright, let's start. Number 1. I'll be taking the questions, and as I take the questions, I'll explain the answer. Because one thing is, know the question and know the answer and why the answer is the answer, so that if you see it in other places, you'll be able to answer them. Alright, number 1 question here is, the excretory structure in the earthworm is dash. The excretory structure in earthworm is dash. A says Marpigian tubule. B says flame cells. C says nephridium. D says kidney. So now, what is the excretory structure in the earthworm? The answer to this question is what? It's nephridium. Let me explain why. Marpigian tubule is found in insects. It's an excretory organ for insects. Flame cell is found in flatworms. You can always remember that by flat. Flame cell is a flatworm. Nephridium is a earthworm. Kidney is for human beings, right? It's for animals. Human beings. So you see that the excretory structure found in earthworm is what? Is nephridium. Please take note of that. Question number 2. Question number 2. Which of the following is not an excretory organ? Which of the following is not an excretory organ? A says lungs. B says kidney. C says liver. And D says large intestine. So from your own look, which one is not an excretory which is not an excretory organ? Lungs. Is lungs an excretory organ? Yes, lungs is an excretory organ because it removes what? Carbon dioxide. So that one is correct. Kidney. Yes, kidney is involved in urine formation. So it's an excretory organ. What of liver? Yes, in plant, liver is involved in removal of some waste products in plant. But large intestine is not an excretory organ. So the answer to this question is large intestine, because the question says which is not an excretory organ. So we are going to move on to the next question now. Question number 3. Which one of the following is not an excretory product? Which one of the following is not an excretory product? A says urine. B says sweat. C says feces. D says salts. They've repeated this question for a very long time now and expected this time too. Which is not an excretory product? Urine is an excretory product. Yes. This one is an excretory product. Sweat is an excretory product. Salt is an excretory product. But feces is not an excretory product. That's the answer. Why? Feces. You know what feces is, right? Your shit. Feces is not an excretory product. It is undigested food. So feces is not a waste product. But what? Undigested food. Food that was not digested from the small intestine is pushed into the large intestine. And that is why feces is not a waste product. It's not an excretory product. But what? It is a what? It is undigested food. All right, let's move on to the next question. Please, if you've not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and subscribe, because I'll be with you to your exams. And other videos, I already made other videos. I drop videos every single day for your exam. So go to my channel now and check through. You'll see videos that will help you score over 300 in JAMB. All right. Now, the next question here. The next question. Which one of the following parts of the mammalian body is not closely associated with the production of urine? Which one of the following parts of the body, of the mammalian body, is most closely associated with production of urine? A says mammalian corpuscle. B says urinary bladder. C says ureter. D says vas deferens. Now, which one is most closely related? Which part of the mammalian body is most closely associated with the production of urine? You and I know that urine is produced in the kidney, in the functional part of the kidney called the nephron. But the kidney, we have the cortex, we have the medulla, right? But now, the one that is closely associated with urine production is mammalian corpuscle. Do you know why? Urinary bladder, it is after the urine has been produced. Now, look at this. Let's assume this is your kidney. This is your kidney. And your kidney, there is a nephron in your kidney. And nephron is what is involved in urine formation. So it is actually nephron that is the functional part of the kidney where urine formation takes place. And it will surprise you that you are one of your kidney, each of your kidney have over 1 million nephron. So this one have about 1 million, this one have about 1 million. So you have about 2 million nephron inside you making urine. Each of them are involved in urine formation. Now, the kidney, that nephron have different parts. We have the Bowman's capsule, the glomerulus, which is classified as the corpuscle. So that is the corpuscle there. But now, once urine is formed in the nephron in this kidney, we have the ureter. The urine flows from here into the through the ureter and enters the bladder. Then when the bladder is full, we have the urethra here, where the urine passes out of the body, the urethra. Now, mammalian corpuscle. The corpuscle consists of the Bowman's capsule, the glomerulus, and it's found inside here where urine formation takes place. Urinary bladder, it is actually when the urine has been formed that the urine is stored in the bladder. So it's not involved in the production. Ureter, the urine passes through the ureter into the bladder. Then vas deferens, that one is for sperm and not for urine. Alright, so basically the answer to that question is mammalian corpuscle. Do you understand? If you understand, click on the subscribe button. Alright, let's move on to the next question now. The next question. Please, all these questions are questions you see in your JAMB. Are questions you see in your JAMB. So take them very serious and watch this video to the end, because the one you leave out might be the one that will save you in the exam hall that day. Alright. Which of the following, next question, which of the following is not associated with excretion in mammals? Which of the following is not associated with excretion in mammals? A says glomerulus. B says urea. C says feces. D says carbon dioxide. Which one is not associated with excretion? So your answer is what? Feces. Because feces is not a waste product. Glomerulus is part of the nephron and is involved in urine formation. Urea is produced in the liver. Urea is produced in the liver and sent to the kidney for excretion. It's a waste product. Feces is undigested food. Carbon dioxide is a waste product we remove from through our nose, right? From the lungs. All right, so that's the answer to that question. Hope you are learning something new. Hope you are learning something new. Take note of all these things though, because you see them. Next question. The nephridia in the earthworm form part of the dash. The nephridia, I've mentioned it before. The nephridia, if you see nephridia, is plural. If you see nephridium, it's singular. So the nephridia in the earthworm form part of the dash. A says reproductive system, B respiratory system, C circulatory system, D excretory system. So what's the answer to that question? Excretory system. So this is the excretory organ of the earthworm. So that's the answer to that question. Next question. The excretory organ in insects is the dash. I mentioned it before. The excretory organ in the insect is a dash. A says kidney, B says Malpighian tubule, C says flame cell, D says nephridium. The answer is what? The answer is Malpighian tubule. So Malpighian tubule, excretory organ for insects. Because A says kidney, kidney is for man. Malpighian tubule is for insects. Flame cell for what? Flatworm. Remember, I say FLA. Flame cell, flatworm. Nephridium is for what? Earthworm. All right. The next question. Flame cells are the dash. You see them? They feel them? Flame cells are the dash. A says excretory system of worms. B says excretory and respiratory system of flatworms. C says excretory system of flatworms. C says secretory system of flatworms. D says excretory system of flatworms. So what's the answer? Flame cells or what? Is excretory, the excretory organ. So it's part of the excretory system of what? Flatworms. Flatworms. All right. The next question here. In which of the following groups of animals is the Malpighian tubule found? In which of the following groups of animals is the Malpighian tubule found? Alright, so this one I'll write the options. I'll write the options so you can see it clearly. So in which of the following group of insects is the Malpighian tubule found? A says lizard, snakes, and frogs. B says crickets, houseflies, and grasshoppers. C says millipedes, centipedes, and scorpions. Then finally D says earthworms, roundworms, and flatworms. Now if you look at this, they said in which of the following groups of animals is the Malpighian tubule found? The first thing you ask yourself is Malpighian tubule is found in which type of organisms? Malpighian tubule is what? You say? Malpighian tubule is what? It's what? Insects. The excretory organs of insects is Malpighian tubule. So you now look at all the options and look at the ones that have only insects. Is lizard an insect? No. So only this one self is out of it because these are not insects. Crickets, housefly, and grasshoppers, are they all insects? Yes, they are all insects. Millipedes, centipedes, scorpions, they are not insects. Earthworms, roundworms, flatworms, they are not insects. So the answer is what? B. You see how easy it is now? You see how simple it is? Don't go and do guesswork in exam there. Biology is a bonus. Bonus that you have to have 99 over 100. Are you hearing me? And anytime you have that, you can DM me on WhatsApp actually. and share your good news with me, or come to any of the comment section of my video and share your good news with me. If you have any issue, drop it in the comment section. Any topic you want me to treat, drop it in the comment section. Or if you want us to talk personally one-on-one, I'm very free to discuss with you so long as you succeed. You can always DM me on WhatsApp. If you want to DM me on WhatsApp, my number, this is my number. You can write it down now because I'll clean it. So if you want us to talk about anything on WhatsApp, please DM me. This is my number. As I call it, I'll clean it because we have many things to cover and things that will come out in your exam. 09068394581. That's my number. My name is Excellent Simplified. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. Hope you are learning something new. All right. Now the next question. The next question says, in mammalian males, the excretory and reproductive system share the dash. In mammalian males, the excretory and reproductive system share the dash. A says ureter. B says vas deferens. C says urethra. And D says testis. So in mammalian males, the excretory and reproductive system share the what? This is a bonus question, so don't guess. How do you get the answer? Let me draw this again. Now, this is your kidney. These are your kidneys. This tube that leads your kidney to the bladder, this is your bladder. The tube that leads the bladder, the kidney to the bladder is the ureter. Ureter. While the one that leads to your sex organ is the urethra. Now they are asking which one of these is having both excretory function and reproductive function. Sometimes that question used to say which one have urinogenital function. Sometimes this is how they used to put the question. Which of the organ is urinogenital? Now if you look at this, kidney is involved in urine production, but it has nothing to do with reproduction. So kidney is out. Okay, kidney is not even here. Ureter, once urine is produced here, it will pass here, but sperm or not, it has nothing to do with reproduction. Sperm is not passed through the ureter, so ureter is out. Vas deferens, yes, vas deferens is involved in sperm, is involved in reproduction, but is not involved in urine formation or excretion. Wrong. Testis is involved in sperm production, but it's not involved in excretion. Now urethra, if sperm is produced, sperm pass through the urethra. If urine is produced, urine pass through the urethra. So you see that the urethra is involved in both reproduction and what? Excretion. That is why the urethra is known as the having a urinogenital function. Do you understand that? I've made complete video on the female reproductive system and the male reproductive system, well simplified. It's on my channel now as I'm talking to you now. So after this video, you can go and watch it out. Can we continue? All right. All right, the next question. Which of the following is a which of the following is a waste product of an insect? Waste product of an insect. A says uric acid. B says sweat. C says mucilage. D says alkaloids. They used to repeat this question very well. Now, which is a waste product of an insect? Now, the answer to this question is what? Have you seen an insect sweat before? No, maybe on TikTok. Insect does not sweat. Sweat is not the waste product of insect. This is not also. This is of plants. Now, uric acid is the answer to that question. So uric acid is the waste product of what? of insects. Is a waste product of insects. All right. The next question: waste products produced if allowed to remain in the body will dash. Waste product that is produced inside your own body now, if it is allowed to accumulate, what will happen? Anytime you want to answer question, always interpret it in a language that you understand. Always interpret it in a language you understand. So waste products produced if allowed to remain in the body will dash: A, reduce water balance; B, increase salt balance; C, become poisonous; D, maintain normal metabolism. So what's the answer? What is the answer to that question? It will become poisonous. It will become poisonous. All right. Now, the next question, there is a diagram which I'm going to draw it now. I will pause the video and draw. Then, after drawing, I will read questions. The next two questions, I'll use the diagram to draw to answer the next two questions. So let me draw the diagram on the board now. All right, so we're given this diagram on the board and we are asked to use it to answer the next two questions. Now, the first question here says the part labeled II is dash. The part labeled II is dash. Now, you look at the part labeled II. Without the option, tell me the answer. All you can do to get the answer is this part labeled II is leading from where to where. As you can see, it's leading from the kidney to the bladder, right? Remember, I drew something like this before. I drew something like this before. I think I've drawn it 2 times. This is the 3rd time I'm drawing it here. So this thing here, this is it. So this one here. So the vessel that leads from the kidney to the bladder is called the what? What do you say? I didn't hear you. Say it again. And if you said it's ureter, then you are correct. So the answer is what? Ureter. Ureter. Because you know this one is what? This one here is what? Is bladder, right? Then this one is what? The urethra. Why this one is the what? This is the kidney. You see now? So the answer to that question is urethra. Then the next question says the diagram above represents the human dash. So this diagram represents the human dash. A, circulatory system; B, excretory system; C, nervous system; D, reproductive system. So this diagram on the board here represents dash. A, is it circulatory system? B, is it excretory system? C, is it nervous system? D, is it reproductive system? Drop the answer in the comment section for me. That is how I will know people that were following from the beginning of this video to this point. So drop the answer of this question in the comment section. And just like I said earlier, if there's anything you want us to discuss privately, this is my WhatsApp number. Let me write it again. So you can chat me up on WhatsApp. And I will respond to you. If you have any topic you want me to treat, drop it in the comment section also. Now, drop the answer to this question in the comment section. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm dropping videos every day. That subscription, you're not paying for it. Just click on the subscribe button. What it means for you to subscribe is as you click that subscribe button and you hit that bell notification, what will happen is anytime I post video like this, YouTube will now tell you, Excellence Simplified just posted a video. So you will be notified. So you watch and learn. Because me, I personally want you to succeed in this exam. I want you to hit high. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Don't say I'm not well prepared and exam is few days from now. I need you to believe in yourself. Have that self-confidence and use these few days to prepare. And I'm preparing with you in these few days because every single day I'll be uploading videos. And go to my channel now and check. There are many videos I've uploaded already and I'm still uploading more. Even tomorrow I'll still upload more videos that you will like. Alright, so click that subscribe button now and drop your answer in the comment section. See you in my next video. I am Excellent Simplified. Bye.